Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try, just one more time. Just because something doesn't do what you planned it to do, doesn't mean it's useless. There is no substitute for hard work. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. If we did all the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. What you are, will show in what you do. Opportunity is missed by most people, because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. The three great essentials to achieve anything worthwhile are hard work, stick-to-itiveness, and common sense. Maturity is often more absurd than youth, and very frequently is most unjust to youth. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun. Being busy does not always mean real work. The object of all work is production or accomplishment, and to either of these ends, there must be forethought, system, planning, intelligence, and honest purpose, as well as perspiration. Seeming to do is not doing. I have friends in overalls, whose friendship I would not swap for the favor of the kings of the world. Everything comes to him, who hustles while he waits. I never did anything by accident, nor did any of my inventions come by accident, they came by work. Nearly every man who develops an idea, works it up to the point where it looks impossible, and then he gets discouraged. That's not the place to become discouraged. To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. Waste is worse than loss. The time is coming, when every person who lays claim to ability, will keep the question of waste before him constantly. The scope of thrift is limitless. Restlessness is discontent, and discontent is the first necessity of progress. Show me a thoroughly satisfied man, and I will show you a failure. Be courageous. I have seen many depressions in business. Always America has emerged from these stronger and more prosperous. Be brave as your fathers before you. Have faith. Go forward. The chief function of the body is to carry the brain around. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. There's a way to do it better, find it. Your worth consists in what you are, and not in what you have. The best thinking has been done in solitude. The worst has been done in turmoil. To have a great idea, have a lot of them. The value of an idea lies in the using of it. Results. Why, man, I have gotten a lot of results. I know several thousand things that won't work. One might think that the money value of an invention constitutes its reward to the man who loves his work. But I continue to find my greatest pleasure, and so my reward, in the work that precedes what the world calls success. There is far more opportunity than there is ability. Anything that won't sell, I don't want to invent. Its sale is proof of utility, and utility is success. When I have fully decided that a result is worth getting, I go ahead of it, and make trial after trial, until it comes. I start where the last man left off. Great ideas originate in the muscles. When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this, you haven't. 5% of the people think, 10% of the people think they think, and the other 85% would rather die than think. The thing I lose patience with the most is the clock. Its hands move too fast. Time is really the only capital that any human being has, and the thing that he can least afford to waste or lose. Good fortune often happens when opportunity meets with preparation. You can't realize your dreams unless you have one to begin with. I find out what the world needs. Then I go ahead and try to invent it. Never get discouraged if you fail. Learn from it. Keep trying. I've never made a mistake. I've only learned from experience. When I have finally decided that a result is worth getting, I go ahead on it, and make trial after trial until it comes. Success is 90% perspiration and 10% inspiration. The man who doesn't make up his mind to cultivate the habit of thinking misses the greatest pleasure in life. I never view mistakes as failures. They are simply opportunities to find out what doesn't work. I have more respect for the fellow with a single idea, who gets there, than for the fellow with 1,000 ideas, who does nothing. There's a way to do it better, find it. I don't live with the past, I am living for today and tomorrow. Negative results are just what I want. They're just as valuable to me as positive results. I can never find the thing that does the job best, until I find the ones that don't. Hard work, nothing to divert my thought, clear air and simple food made my life very pleasant. I am not discouraged, because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. If parents pass enthusiasm along to their children, they will leave them in a state of incalculable value. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. People are not remembered by how few times they fail, but by how often they succeed. Every wrong step is another step forward. A man's best friend is a good wife. Personally, I enjoy working about 18 hours a day. Besides the short cat naps I take each day, I average about 4 to 5 hours of sleep per night. I am proud of the fact that I never invented weapons to kill. What a man's mind can create, man's character should control. Vision without execution is hallucination. Fools call wise men fools. A wise man never calls any man a fool. The world owes nothing to any man, but every man owes something to the world. It is astonishing what an effort it seems to be, for many people to put their brains definitely and systematically to work. A genius is often merely a talented person, who has done all of his or her homework. Time is really the only capital that any human being has, and the thing that he can least afford to waste or lose.